People with less money actually benefit more from a larger government because they're the ones who are less capable of caring for themselves. It might be temporary, it might be permanent, I'm not really certain, but I think for sure it is the people who have less money who have greater, whether it be infrastructure like public transportation, whether it be welfare, whether it be food safety, it doesn't really matter.
In 2010, the Supreme Court decision allowed super PACs, saying they were freedom of speech. Because of this, special interests can attempt to buy elections through huge advertising, budgets, and fundraisers.
Just given the fact that our government is set up around super PACs and lobbyists and all of the huge amounts of money that go into these organizations, I think naturally whoever has the money has the loudest voice.
You know, if I vote, that's my voice. So I do vote, so I think it's important. So I do think I have a voice, yeah.
Living in Wisconsin, I think our voices are a little outsized this year because we're one of the swing states. Had you been a Republican in California, you probably would have been screwed this year. But, at the moment, I think I have a voice.
In the matter of voice in big government, Wisconsin seems to have a significant amount. Due to the unsuccessful recall election of Scott Walker, Wisconsin is considered a swing state for this year's presidential election. Because of this, President Obama, Vice President Biden, and Governor Romney have visited here frequently.
It's a pretty loaded question, and although put a lot of economic policies in place that will shape the direction we're heading, I think just from a macro level, it will take a significant time to actually make an impact and change. So I would say, as of right now, this probably won't have an immediate impact, but I think we're moving in the right direction if we're going to adapt some of the economic policies that.
National debts are not just a problem in the United States. It's a problem all around the world. So it's a world economy problem. So is the government guilty of that? I think we are all guilty. When we use our credit cards, that's contributing to that problem. Can the government do better? Yes. They could be spending less money.
This is the U.S. national debt clock. Up in the left, it tells the share of national debt just for the government, which is at over $16 trillion. The total debt for the U.S., including its citizens, is at over $58 trillion, which amounts to $186,000 per citizen, showing that, as Senor Heda mentioned, credit card debt is a very large problem in the U.S.
I really do. Like I've said all along, because I voted Republican for years. I voted for Ronald Reagan, the first George Bush. I didn't leave the party left me. I don't know where it went to at the moment, but I think that the Republicans' absolute, complete unwillingness to meet Barack Obama anywhere in the middle this year has been a disaster, and I don't think it can continue.
In 2011, Americans took 10.4 billion trips on public transportation, the second highest annual ridership since 1957. 74% of public funding for public transit is spent creating and supporting hundreds of thousands of private sector jobs.
I think it's another important component of our government and of this country that makes it special, that I don't think that makes us socialist just because we have programs that benefit certain classes of people, like for instance with Social Security and retired citizens and things like that. But I think they're all important, and I don't know enough about all the specifics of Obamacare to know whether it's a great initiative or not. I think people have have spoken a lot about, just the fact of what it means to mandate health insurance like we do auto insurance. But I think everybody in this country should have access to health care. Whether that means that's through Obamacare, I don't know. But whether that means that they should be forced that type of insurance, I don't know. But what I do know is I think that if somebody is significantly ill, they should have access to health care. I believe that.
In addition to women's rights, taxes, and foreign policy, social services such as welfare, Social Security, Medicare, and Obamacare have all been major issues in the recent presidential election. They have all led to heated and polarized discussions between President Obama and Governor Romney that have mirrored those that have also occurred in Congress. We can only hope that this total lack of compromise will not last or continue over the next 4 years.
It was not a spontaneous demonstration. Is that what you're saying?
Please proceed, Governor.